Hi, and welcome back to Fishing with David Pyle. It's June 27th, 2025, and today I fished the Willamette River solo. After berry picking with Tamara, decided that I'd just go out for a couple of hours and give it a shot. Fishing has been really good. So as it turns out, I hooked a fish solo, and I thought this was probably an interesting demonstration that I could do on managing a fish solo from point A to point Z. And point A, starting at the beginning, getting that fish on, I just let the fish sit in the rod holder while I grabbed my net, while I reeled up my other rod. And my point being that a lot of times, oftentimes, even with hardware, we tend to grab the fish out of the rod holder far too early, when in fact that rod holder does a pretty good job of hooking a fish or letting the fish hook himself up. So although this is an extreme example, I left it in there for a long time, as you'll see on the video. I don't think it's necessary to leave it in that long, but my point that I really wanted to show was that a rod holder actually does a pretty good job of hooking a fish by itself, and there is no need to jump up and rip your rod out of the rod holder. All likelihood you're going to pull something out of the fish's mouth when he's still swimming forward, and if you're pulling a rod out of the rod holder and that fish is still facing you, the likelihood of that happening is high. I try to talk to everybody on my boat about that, like, hey, be patient, even though it's hardware. Take your time pulling it out of the rod holder, and when you do, pull it out gently, just in case that fish is facing you. Hopefully that fish is still peeling line and running when you pull it out of the rod holder. That's the optimal way to pull it, for the right time to pull it out. Second piece being taking your time and bringing that fish to the boat when you're solo, especially. You need to get that fish dog tired. So having a lot of patience, and as you'll see, this is probably a pretty long fight that I will show you from the beginning to the end, but it was my job to get that fish so tired when I put the net under his chin that he didn't have an option to swim around. If they're just a couple inches under the water, they can cut a U-turn. The hooks tend to get caught on the outside of the net, and then you've lost your fish. So those 2 points, and I think they're very important, valid information. So stay tuned, watch that video. I hope this information is helpful to you. There's a lot of people out there that are far better than me landing fish solo, but I think my technique and what I talk about is a good method to use. So we'll see you next time on Fishing with David Pyle. Okay, I got a fish going. Man, I got a good fish on right now, and as you could tell, I'm letting the rod holder do what it needs to do. I don't need to jump on it and grab that rod yet, but I will. I'll start biting that fish. So I'm finding this fish solo, and just notable of this, I let it sit in the rod holder. I grab my net, reeled this rod up. I'm really letting the rod holder do its work, and I'm gonna have to tire this fish till he's pretty much dead tired, so there's no rush in trying to rip it out of the rod holder and start fighting the fish. I think a lot of us get pretty nervous and jump on it quick, and we end up pulling it out of their mouth. Instead of being patient, let the rod holder do what it does. I do. You guys are right. You're right. I gotta tire this guy out for a while.
Yeah. By yourself?
Yeah.
Hey, I've seen your video. You did a good job.
Well, thank you.
For a while.
I'm making a video right now. What's your name?
Yeah.
Jeff?
Yeah.
Hi, Jeff. Pleasure to meet you. So you're on camera, by the way.
Good luck.
Okay, good luck to you guys today. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Trying to get this guy in. So at this point, I got to get this fish up on his side. Once he's that tired, I can net him, but if not, it's kind of risky to try to net a hot fish. Still got some energy. Just need to keep tension on him. Come on, fella, come on, come on. Come on, fella, nice. Look at you. Looks like you're coming in the boat. Very cool, very cool.